You know what separates a woman everyone respects from a woman everyone ignores? It is not the bank account. It is not the last name. It is not even the handbag she carries. It is something much deeper than that. And if you do not understand this right now, you will spend the rest of your life being treated like you are invisible while other women, who might not even be smarter than you, will receive VIP treatment everywhere they go. I am Duchess Dollars. I am 35 years old with the face of a 20-year-old. I have a law degree, married to Mr. Millionaire, and today I am going to teach you the 7 secrets of the top 1% that make anyone respect you instantly, even if you do not have a dollar in your account yet. Because, darling, respect cannot be bought, but it definitely can be earned. And if you think you are going to achieve this by being nice, sweet, and pleasant to everyone, I am sorry to inform you. You have already lost the game before it even started. Secret number 1. Speak less, show more. You know that person who is always talking about the grand plans they have? Who is going to start a business? Who is going to get rich? Who is going to travel the world? Who is going to buy a house? Who is going to lose weight? Who is going to do 1,000 things? And then a year goes by and they are still in exactly the same place? Right. Nobody respects that person. Because talking is easy. Doing is what is hard. The women who are truly respected are those who stay quiet, work in silence, and show up with results. They do not announce every step they are going to take. They take the step, reach the destination, and only then do they say, "Look where I got to." I started investing, and for years nobody in my family knew. None of my friends knew. Because I was not going to be announcing, "Guys, I invested $500 this month." You know what I did? I invested in silence. I worked Monday through Friday at the office, did freelance work on weekends, drastically cut expenses. My friends thought I had lost it because I stopped going out, sold clothes I did not wear anymore on an Instagram profile, saved every penny. And you know when they found out? When I already had results to show. When I already had wealth built up. When I was already attending investor events. When I had already met Mr. Millionaire. Only then did people start to respect me, because it was no longer talk. It was concrete results. So remember this, actions speak louder than words, always. If you want to be respected, stop talking about what you are going to do and start doing it. Respect comes automatically when people see that you are not just talk, you are achievement. When I decided to marry my husband, I was terrified that for the rest of my life, people would just look at me as my husband's wife, or I would be in his shadow because he is unbelievably smart, successful, and truly a business genius. And I thought, oh, for the rest of my life, people would just tell me, "Oh, you got lucky," or "You must not work very hard," or "What is it like to work in your husband's business?" Even if I am working in the business 18 hours a day and driving consistent value. But finally, I realized that people's lack of respect for me has nothing to do with the respect that I need to create for myself. I am the only one who gets to see how I do or do not show up. You are the only one who gets to see how you do or do not show up. So, do you respect the way you show up? It does not matter that the world is going to judge you or say negative things or be critical because that is on them. But if you do what you know you are capable of, you go after your goals. It might actually be that you go through all of your life and never get the respect from others that you deserve. And that is completely okay. Secret number 2, dress the part, do not let the clothes wear you. Now we are going to talk about something that people love to pretend does not matter. Appearance. Oh, but we should not judge by appearances. Of course we should not. But guess what? Everyone judges. Always. Everywhere. And if you think you can walk around looking sloppy and still be respected, you are living in a fairy tale. I am not telling you to only wear designer clothes. I am telling you to present yourself in a way that shows you respect yourself. Because if you do not respect yourself enough to get dressed up, why should anyone respect you? When I was building my wealth and still did not have money, I did not have expensive clothes. But you know what I had? Clean clothes, well ironed, that fit my body well. Hair always done. Nails always done, even if I did them myself at home. Simple but well done makeup. Because I knew that if I wanted to attract successful people into my life, I needed to look like I was also successful. And it works. When you present yourself well, people automatically treat you better. Doors open, opportunities appear, because you are communicating through your appearance. I value myself, I respect myself, and you should do the same. Now, this does not mean you need to be in high heels and jewelry all the time. It means you need to always be presentable, always with a well-groomed appearance, always showing that you value yourself. And look, there is an important detail. The women who are truly wealthy are not the ones wearing logos stamped on everything. Truly wealthy women are those who wear quality pieces, well cut, timeless. It is better for you to have 5 basic quality pieces than 20 pieces full of logos that look horrible on you. Think about women like Amal Clooney, Meghan Markle before all the drama, or even Grace Kelly back in the day. They understood that true elegance is not about screaming wealth. It is about subtle sophistication. It is about looking polished without looking like you tried too hard. Secret number 3. Be consistent or be forgotten. You know that friend who is always saying she is going to start the gym on Monday? Who is going to diet? Who is going to organize her financial life? Who is going to start a business? And then Tuesday comes and she has already given up? Right. Nobody respects that person. Nobody. Because everyone already knows she does not keep her promises. Respect is built with consistency. It is no use for you to show up once being amazing if the next time you are going to disappear. It is no use for you to say you are going to do something if you are not going to do it. People learn to trust you or distrust you based on one thing. Do you do what you say you're going to do? When I started my journey to get out of the middle class and build real wealth, I created a sacred habit. Every Saturday morning, I get my gourmet coffee, sit at my desk, and put in my spreadsheet everything I spent during the week. Every Saturday. Without exception. Rain or shine. Whether I'm hungover. Whether I'm tired. Whether I am in a good mood or bad mood. Every Saturday, the spreadsheet is updated. Because controlling money is chic. And those who do not control are controlled. What does this create? Respect. Respect for myself first because I know I keep what I promise. And respect from others because when I say I'm going to do something, people know it will be done. There is no excuse. There is no I forgot. There is no I did not have time. There is commitment. Now think with me. How many times have you already promised yourself you were going to do something and did not do it? How many times have you already told someone you were going to deliver work, that you were going to show up for a commitment, that you were going to call back, and simply did not do it? Each time you do this, you are teaching the world that it cannot trust you. And without trust, there is no respect. The woman who is respected is the one who, if she says she will be there at 10 o'clock, is there at 9:50. If she says she will deliver on Friday, delivers on Thursday. If she says she will call, calls. Simple as that. Consistency is not sexy. It is not glamorous, but it is what separates the women everyone respects from the women everyone ignores. Look at someone like Serena Williams. Love her or hate her, you cannot deny her consistency. She showed up. She trained. She delivered results. Year after year after year. That is why she is respected, not just as an athlete, but as a businesswoman, as a mother, as a cultural icon. Because people know when Serena commits to something, it gets done. Secret number 4. Establish boundaries or become an emotional dumpster. Darling, if you do not establish boundaries, people will use you as an emotional dumpster, a human ATM, and a free therapy schedule. And you know why this happens? Because you allow it. Because you are afraid of being rude. You are afraid of hurting feelings. You are afraid of losing people. Result? You lose their respect. I had to learn this the hardest way. I had a friend, let us call her Brenda, who was always calling me to complain about life, complain about work, about her broke boyfriend who cheated on her, about the bills she could not pay because she spent everything on nonsense. And I, as a good friend, would be there listening, giving advice, trying to help. You know what happened? She never changed anything. And I became the friend she only looked for when she wanted to vent. When I wanted to talk about my achievements, my investments, my plans, she would change the subject or make passive-aggressive comments like, "Must be nice to have that luck." Until one day I got tired, and I established a boundary. Brenda, I love you, but I am not going to listen to complaints about problems you are not willing to solve anymore. If you want advice and are going to apply it, I am here. If you just want to complain, find a therapist. You know what happened? She disappeared. And you know what? My life improved 1,000% because I stopped spending energy on someone who does not value my energy. Establishing boundaries is not being mean, it is being smart. It is telling the world, look, I respect myself enough not to accept just anything. And when you do this, the people who stay in your life are the people who truly value you. The others, they leave. And that is okay. Better to have 5 friends who respect you than 50 who use you. And look, this applies to everything. It applies to work, to relationships, to family. If someone is disrespecting you, you have 2 options. Establish a clear boundary or leave that relationship. There is no third option where you stay quiet and gain respect. That does not exist. I had a neighbor, let us call her Miss Zelda, who was always making comments about my life. You have changed so much. You are too materialistic. Money does not bring happiness. You know what I do? I completely ignore it. I do not justify my choices. I do not explain my life. I do not try to convince her of anything. And you know why? Because her opinion does not pay my bills. Her opinion did not build my wealth. Her opinion is completely irrelevant to my life. Now, a strategic pause for those who are taking this seriously. Look, if you have gotten this far, it is because you really want to change the way people see and treat you. And I need to tell you about something that can greatly accelerate this transformation: the Look Rich Without Spending Much course. This course is not mine, but I am an affiliate because I deeply believe in what it teaches. You know why? Because respect does not just come from what you do, but also from how you present yourself. People make judgments about you in 7 seconds. 7. And in those 7 seconds, they are looking at your posture, your clothes, how you speak, how you move. The course teaches exactly the visual, behavioral, and social codes that wealthy women master: how to dress with sophistication while spending little, how to behave in high-standard environments, how to speak and communicate in a way that conveys confidence and authority. It is basically an immersion into the universe of women who are treated like VIPs anywhere they step. And look, it has a promotional launch price right now because the classes are being released gradually. As soon as the course is complete, the price goes up to full price, no discount. So if you want to invest in yourself and learn to look rich without having to spend a fortune, the link is in the description. Take advantage while it has this price because, darling, opportunity does not ring the doorbell twice. Secret number 5. Choose respect, not popularity. You know what was the biggest mistake I made from 18 to my early 20s? I wanted everyone to like me. I was that girl who agreed with everything, who laughed at unfunny jokes, who stayed in environments where I did not want to be just so I would not disappoint anyone. I studied at a private school where my classmates had designer backpacks, expensive binders, several brand-name sneakers, Louis Vuitton bags. I had a backpack I used for several years, notebooks instead of binders, only one pair of sneakers. My dream was to have a Motorola Razr phone that I never got to have. And you know what I did? I pretended everything was fine. I smiled. I agreed. I wanted to be accepted. Result? Zero respect. People walked all over me because I let them. Because when you prioritize being loved instead of being respected, you become a doormat. And darling, everyone wipes their feet on a doormat and moves on. The turnaround happened when I realized something. The women I most admired, like Beyoncé and her business ventures, like Sarah Blakely who built Spanx from nothing, like Sophia Amoruso who created Nasty Gal, none of them were worried if everyone liked them. They were worried about building something so solid that respect came as a consequence. Suze Orman did not become a millionaire teaching financial education by being nice to everyone. She became a millionaire by being competent, consistent, and not being afraid to speak truths that make people uncomfortable. So the first secret is this. You need to decide right now. Do you want to be liked or do you want to be respected? Because, darling, you will rarely get both at the same time. And if you have to choose, choose respect. Always. Because whoever respects you might not love you, but they will value you. Whoever loves you but does not respect you will just use you until you are no longer useful. Think about it like this. Would you rather be the friend everyone calls to complain to? Or would you rather be the woman everyone calls when they need real advice that will actually change their life? I would rather be the second. And to be the second, you have to be willing to not always be liked. Secret number 6. Be unbeatable at something. You know what is the fastest way to gain respect? Be so good at something that nobody can ignore you. It does not matter if people like you or not, if they agree with you or not. If you are exceptional at something, they are going to have to respect you. When I decided I was going to get out of financial mediocrity, I did not try to be good at everything. I chose one thing: investments. And I studied obsessively. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad about 3 times. I took English courses just so I could read international material. I studied the financial market as if my life depended on it. And guess what? It really did. Did I make mistakes? Of course. I lost $5,000 on my first investment because I did not know what I was doing. But instead of giving up and saying, oh, investing is not for me, I studied more, sought mentorship, learned from my mistakes. And today, when I talk about investments, people listen to me because I know what I am talking about, because I have results to show, because I am good at it. Now look at yourself. What are you really good at? And do not come to me with this story of, oh, I am good at several things. It is not true. You are mediocre at several things. And being mediocre does not generate respect. It generates indifference. Choose one thing. It can be anything. Digital marketing, sales, design, writing, finance, fashion, cooking, whatever. But choose one thing and get so good at it that when someone needs help in that area, your name is the first one that comes to mind. That is respect. That is authority. That is power. Jessica Alba did not become a successful entrepreneur because she is nice. She became a successful entrepreneur because she understands products, markets, sales. She is good at what she does, and that is why people respect her, even those who do not like her personally. Look at someone like Martha Stewart. She went to prison and came back stronger than ever. Why? Because she is undeniably good at what she does. She is an expert in home, cooking, entertaining, business. You can hate her attitude, you can disagree with her past, but you cannot deny her expertise. And that expertise commands respect. Secret number 7. Never, ever, under any circumstances, justify your boundaries. The last secret is the most powerful of all, and also the hardest to apply. When you establish a boundary, when you say no, when you refuse something, you do not need to justify. Actually, you should not justify, because the moment you justify, you are opening space for negotiation, and boundaries are not negotiable. Practical example, a friend invites you to dinner. You do not want to go. Wrong answer. Oh, I cannot go because I am tired, I had a very difficult day, and tomorrow I need to wake up early. You know what happens? She is going to say, but dinner is quick, you need to relax, it will be good for you. And you will end up going even though you do not want to. Right answer, I cannot make it. Period. No justification, no explanation. And when she asks why, you repeat, it is not going to work this time. And you do not say anything else. At first, it is uncomfortable. You are going to feel bad. You are going to think you are being rude. But over time, you realize that people stop insisting because they learn that when you say no, it is no. And that generates tremendous respect. This applies to everything, to requests for borrowed money, to favors you do not want to do, to commitments you do not want to assume. You simply say no and do not justify. And people learn to respect your boundaries because they realize there is no room for manipulation. I have had people to my face make disrespectful comments, laugh at me, diminish my role, not take me seriously. And in those moments, it is challenging to actually say, you no longer get a spot here, because they are already there for a reason. They are there because they are family. They are there because you have known them for a while. Because you hired them, you thought they were going to help you and they were responsible for something. And I have always found that if someone is violating a boundary I have, and I get rid of them in my life has never gotten worse. It actually gets better. But if you think things are going to get worse, be challenging. Everything is just going to fall apart when you get rid of people who are not respecting you, then you are not going to get rid of them. But I can promise you, just trust me on this. Get rid of them and see what happens. You are going to be amazed because you will not go backwards. You will actually springboard forward because you do not have someone constantly invalidating you. Think about someone like Anna Wintour. She is known for being demanding, for having high standards, for not justifying her decisions. People might find her intimidating. They might call her difficult. But do they respect her? Absolutely. Because she has clear boundaries and she does not negotiate them. Not for anyone. The truth nobody wants to tell you. Look, I am going to be very honest with you. Even doing all of this, even being consistent, establishing boundaries, being exceptional at what you do, presenting yourself well, you are still going to meet people who are not going to respect you. And you know why? Because some people simply are not going to respect you no matter what you do. When I married Mr. Millionaire, I was terrified. Because I knew people were going to say she got lucky, she is only rich because she married him. She does not really work. And guess what? That is exactly what happened. Even today, there are people who think I am only who I am because of my husband. And you know what I learned? That the opinion of those people does not matter. Because I know the truth. I know that I work 18 hours a day. I know that I built my own wealth before meeting him. I know that I actively contribute to our businesses. I know my value, and that is what matters. The most important respect is not the respect of others. It is the respect you have for yourself. Because if you respect yourself, if you know your value, if you know what you are capable of, it does not matter how many people disrespect you. You stay firm, you stay focused, you keep growing, and over time, the people who matter will see your value. The people who do not matter, they will keep talking. And you will not even hear them anymore because you will be too busy living the life you deserve. Look at someone like Michelle Obama. She faced racism, sexism, every kind of disrespect you can imagine, but she never let that define her. She kept her head high, she did her work, she respected herself. And now, she is one of the most respected women in the world. Not because everyone likes her, but because she commanded respect through her actions, her consistency, her boundaries, and her excellence. Recapping the 7 secrets. First, speak less and show more results. Second, dress the part and present yourself well always. Third, Be consistent in everything you do. Fourth, establish clear boundaries and do not negotiate them. Fifth, choose to be respected, not loved by everyone. Sixth, be unbeatable at least one thing. Seventh, never justify your boundaries and decisions. These are the 7 secrets that the top 1% use to be respected anywhere. There is nothing magical about it. There is nothing about luck. It is method. It is consistency. It is attitude. And look, if you apply these 7 secrets in your life, in 6 months you will not recognize the way people treat you. Doors will open. Opportunities will appear. Better relationships will come into your life because you will be communicating through your actions. I respect myself, and you should respect me too. Now I want to know from you. Which of these secrets do you most need to apply in your life? Comment down below. I deserve respect. If you are really going to put this into practice. And if you want to learn more about how to be treated like a millionaire woman, subscribe to the channel now and leave that like. Because when you understand that you can be respected, you will understand that you can do anything. Until the next video, darling. And remember, poverty is a state of mind, and a state of mind can be changed more easily than marital status. Win at life. My dog Chanel, my little Yorkshire, is sleeping on her velvet cushion right now, probably dreaming about her next grooming appointment at the fancy pet spa. Even my dog understands the importance of presentation and consistency. She shows up to every mealtime, every walk time, without fail. Maybe we should all take notes from Chanel.